Sup, baby? Egolf back with some Ravnica drafts for draftmagic.com. We are pounding through these. It's sad to report, I finally lost my first match. I had won 5 straight drafts, and then I lost a match in the second round. But these things happen, so let's get back on track. I'm not sure if I said it the last time, but if I did, I will reiterate it. These are not going to be back for a while. They are not going to do older Ravnica format when they're doing Return to Ravnica as the main set. So get your fix in now, because you're not going to be able to draft Ravnica for a long time, baby. This pack, Remand is awesome, Rot Farm, Scatter, Flight, but we're just taking the Civic Wayfinder. It's the best card. It's the most versatile. I tried to break this for a long time, and it did not work. It's just not good. This is a pretty bad pack. Take the Signet, I guess. Grifter's Blade is like okay. It's like the white mage mark, except that it is a equipment instead of an enchantment. Trarian's like mediocre. I think it's either Signet or Scatter. Scatter's actually pretty sweet. If you end up going green in the last pack, you can, well, if you stay in green, I should say, you can draft the Graft creatures, and Graft is pretty sweet with Scatter the Seeds. I'm not sure if Signet would be better. I'll just take Scatter for now. And what do we have here? I guess we're just taking Farseek. Never have enough mana fixing in this format, especially since I usually end up at least 4 colors. Although I'm only in 3 right now. Or, yeah, 3. 1. I can count well. Not good. Anyway, fine. Pick. And, ooh. Well, Compulsive Research is not a real card. It is way too good. Very disappointed that this is here and not in the Scatter the Seeds pack, because I would have loved to dismiss her. I would have loved to go with Boris Garrison. This card is just way too good. It just gives you so many cards. And, well, Scion's kind of cool. It's like alright. I think we're just going to take Disembowel. I mean, I have no problem. You can't really... Going green, blue, black in the first pack is not where you want to be. But, I mean, I'm sure we're going to play 4 colors. We've got Farseek and Wayfinder already. Scion's like the more interesting pick here, but Disembowel's just better. It kills things. Alright, so Strands, Drift. Drift is good. Phalanx is fine. I don't really want to be in another color right now. So Drift can transmute for Wayfinder and Compulsive Research. Yeah, I think Drift is actually... Drift is a very underrated card. It's very tough to get through, and it can fetch your Compulsive Researches if you're lucky enough to get one 4th pick. So, what's going on in this pack? This card's not as bad as it looks. If you're able to increase its power and toughness, like just giving it +1/+1 makes it a pretty respectable threat. You know, you can just pay a couple life and it's a 7/1. That being said, it's not great. Whereas I like this card. It trades with like annoying little things like the Shrieking Grotesque, and you know, draws you a card if it dies. Little speed bump. It's a Flying Oculus. How is this not awesome? And here we are taking Rolling Spoil over Transluminant or Terrarian. The card's not bad. I've gotten a few Rolling Spoil blowouts by using this. Not only to destroy their bounce land, but also to kill their smaller dudes. Take out like a Minister of Impediments and like some other little 1/1 thing. Destroy their land. It's pretty sweet. So in the next pack, I'd probably want to go red. Yeah, I mean, you can be Gruul or whatever that color is. Is it? Strands is okay, but one of these... this is looking more like a splash right now. And then I can go like... Is it / Gruul in the second pack, and then Simic in the third pack. So it's either Sprite or Mr. Brown scale. I think Sprite's just better. That's my reason for picking Sprite. And here we have no good cards. Ivy Dancer. Really not very impressive. I guess Seeds. Seeds is the best card. Seeds is the only card that would actually go into my deck. All these are pretty bad. I don't have anything good to transmute for. This is pretty bad. I guess this thing. Yeah, alright. So, I mean, none of these are good spells. This gets Disembowel. Can't imagine I'm playing this, but it is a thing. Definitely not playing this. Stone Cedar. Well, what did I do there? Hide. So there have been Return to Ravnica spoilers out. Been like 50 cards spoiled or whatever. The set... I mean, a lot of the cards look powerful. The set does not look nearly as good as I thought this set looked. In terms of limited play and how everything's like a little bit viable. Like, I mean, I've seen this card and this card played plenty of times, you know, and they're both pretty bad. I mean, stop unhiding everything. I mean, this card is played a lot. Like, the creatures are just so, like, the power level's low enough. Oh my god. What is going on right now? The power level's low enough in general with the commons, except for, like, certain commons, that, like, so many different decks are viable. There's just so many different options. I can't imagine, you know, obviously we haven't even seen a third of the set yet, but I can't imagine that they're going to do that again, and I imagine that I will be disappointed. But I'm used to disappointment. The current Wizards' philosophy in Magic does not jive with my own personal philosophy. Leyline, Stratozeppelid, Blind Hunter. So we're just going to take the Stratozeppelid over Starfletcher, Repeal, Basilica, Train of Thought. Let's see, cost, yeah. So yeah, we're taking the Strat. El Strattington. And maybe table Train, if we're fortunate. But, you know, this thing's pretty hard to stop. Not a lot of 4/4 flyers in this set. Not a lot of 4/4 flyers in any set. Alright, so I think the pick here is Steamcore Weird. This card's awesome. This card is so underrated. It's just such a great card. It's so hard to beat. So like I said, we're probably going to end up a little Izzet. We have no guild to jump into right here in our colors right now. So we're going to have to branch out a little bit. And what we're branching off into is red. This card's sweet. Chronarch is good too. Hopefully we get a Chronarch. We have Research and Disembowel, but Steamcore Weird's just a little bit better. And I don't think we were going white for Harrier Griffin. I would actually put Harrier Griffin on the power level of Steamcore Weird. Like, it's just a really, really difficult creature to beat. So here, because of our removal, I think we want Chronarch over Savant. Because of, well, the Research and the Disembowel. So we're taking Chronarch over Savant. There's another Repeal. I mean, maybe we table like this. Or this. Hopefully Ogre Savant tables. But I doubt it. But I'll take Chronarch. Chronarch's pretty awesome. Get to do some pretty funky things with this guy. He's a pretty sweet card to use at the beginning of the format before people realize how insane Peel from Reality is in this format. And you could pick up like one or two. Like before what was the last one? Dissension. Before Dissension, when it was, 2 Ravnicas and 1 Guild Pact, you could usually get, like, 1 or 2 peels and, like, 2 of these guys. Made some pretty sick decks. Speaking of peeling things, we are going to be re-peeling things. This card's got a lot of good cards in it. I mean, this card's fine. Hopefully one of them tables, but we're taking repeal. Works good with Chronarch. Also, for like a very slow way to draw cards. This pack is not exceptional, so you can take the Savage or the Signet. I think we're going to want the Signet at this point. Savage is fine. But I think Signet is where we want to be. You can get creatures like this. So this card's not very good. I mean, it's just kind of like a 4/4 for 5. And like sometimes it gets bigger. So we're just going to take the other Signet. Petrahydrox, like an okay card. The Hill Giant, but like sometimes I can't. What did I have? I was playing a game the other day. I just like locked somebody out. He had 2 Petrahydroxes, and I had the land that gives +1/+1 and trample, and then like one other, Ixbitter or something like that. So I kept bouncing both of his guys back to his hand. There are repeatable targeting effects in this format that can do that. So it's either Chin Street Hooligan or Gore Clan Savage. So now I think we can take Savage. I think it's safe to do that. Hooligan can be a huge blowout, or it can just not be anything. A 2/1 in this format is like very irrelevant. Wow, a lot of Is It Signets. Take a train here over the 3rd Signet, and the Rabble Rouser, which is like, it has potential, but it's just not good enough. I don't think I've ever seen it played effectively. I think I probably tried to play it, and it just sucked. And I guess another train of thought. There's been a lot of similar print runs, man. This is like 8 Ledgewalkers. I think every pack had a Ledgewalker in it. So I can probably hide this. We don't need Caustic Rain. We have a Rolling Spoil, so I'll take the other Savage. So now we're going to need to, I guess what this whatever they're called, Surveilling Sprites are good enough to get through for that. Any of this stuff. Well, we passed a lot of Ledgewalkers, so we're going to just take a little power, toughness pumping enchantment. This blocks Ledgewalker quite well, though. So does this. Thanks for taking the 3rd train of thought, although I doubt we'll play 3, but you never know. This card I liked as a sideboard card. Inconstructed, actually. It's not a bad card at all, actually. It does some good things. Kind of like it's a good one to fight Dredge and Solar Flare with. Frazzle, it's like okay. Battering Worm's like not terrible. It can be pretty problematic. There's a card like this in Avacyn Restored, right? Is it just the Wandering Wolf, or is there another one? Like the whole like power less than it power can't block it thing. I honestly can't remember if it's just Wandering Wolf or if it's the other one. This card's so bad. Undying Psychopath. Unliving Psychopath. So you can pay 1, 2, 3, like 4 mana to destroy a 2/2. Nope. So the options here are Carnarium, Wrecking Ball. Don't have any bounce lands, and that is a big problem. I think we're just going to take Wrecking Ball because of the Chronarch, but we kind of need that. I don't know. Hopefully get 1 or 2. Alright, there's 1. Nothing else in this pack comes close, even if we don't need it. The white. Both of these are cards that I definitely want. But I need a bounce land. I mean, it's so much harder to win when your opponent, in this format, especially when your opponent is drawing more spells than you. And the easiest way to ensure that to give you the best chance of drawing more spells is less lands. And these let you cut lands. You cut lands for spells. draw more spells, and I mean that already gives you a huge leg up. I mean, ideally you get like 3 of these, at least, maybe 4. Run 15 land. I would run 14 land in this deck. If I had 4 chance, or not just chanceries, but 4 bounce lands, I would run 14 land in this deck. But I don't see that happening. Carnariums occasionally table, believe it or not. I've seen them table more than a couple times. Ooh. 4 cards. So I put a 3/1 red elemental creature token unless any opponent has me draw a card. That's pretty cool. It's probably better than Coiling Oracle. Oracle's a good card, but we have other stuff to do. I think getting 3/1s or drawing 3 cards is pretty sweet, right? From outside the game. I didn't know. I drafted in Master Edition 1. They had Ring of Maroof, which is pay 5 mana and sacrifice it to draw a card from outside the game, and I thought it just meant any card, but nope, it's in your sideboard. So I got like basically nothing. I spent a total of 10 mana and a draw step for like absolutely no creature or spell. Yeah, we'll give this a shot. And Silkweed Scout, Aqua Spider are both good, but you know what we're taking. Come on. 1 away from the magic number of 3. So here it's Helium Squirter. Omnibian is the thing. No. It's just... I don't know what this card is supposed to accomplish. Other than... Well, clearly it's supposed to accomplish making frogs. But I don't know what that in itself does. Whereas Helium Squirter is a dude. Works good with Gorkland Savage. I guess that's it. I'll take Helium. Well, Nibian just doesn't do a lot. Although it does give these type of guys +3/+3. And I guess we'll just take the Omnibian here. Clearly Moto wants me to have a frog in my deck. So, I mean, I can't fight the tide forever. Here we have Pure and Simple Multicolored Permanent. It's a reasonable card. I don't think I need Rakdos Signet. We have 2 Izzet Signets, Farseek, Civic Wayfinder. We're not playing white, so we'll just take this. Does not have as many targets as you would think it would. And here we have not a lot. I'm always surprised at how late these things go. So let's see, what was this card? So I can choose if they're 4-side cards I own from outside the game and shuffle them into your library. Well, I mean, this is a target for that. Sadly, you don't put them in your hand. I guess that would probably be too good. But, I mean, options. See, there's always so many of these. If you go into the last pack as Azorius, you're almost guaranteed 4 First Wings. We'll take this thing and might play it. It's pretty good with Scatter the Seeds. You play this on turn 3, and then turn 4 you can Convoke Scatter for the last mana and just instant speed 3 2/2s. Oracle came back around, which is pretty awesome. I'll definitely play that. Definitely, probably not. So I don't know what I'm cutting here. So the 2 lands. So I'm probably going to want to play 15 land. I do have 2 Signets, a Farseek, but maybe that's not enough. None of these cards are good. And then I don't play this. I probably don't play at least 2 of those, or at least 1 of those. This card's like subtly decent. Rolling Spoil. I don't know if I play the Frog. Target creature becomes a 3/3 frog until end of turn. Doesn't lose any abilities. Doesn't do anything like that. It's just a frog. It had to be rare. People were actually like, this card was talked about when it came out because it has a very unique effect, and like I guess looking at it, you think it's gonna do something, like you assume it loses, they all lose all abilities and all that stuff, but like really it doesn't do anything. I guess it makes like my smaller things into larger things and makes my larger things into smaller things. Probably should have taken Carnarium over Wrecking Ball. That was loose of me. Alright, so get in the deck. Signet, Signet, you, and you. 41 cards, perfect. 19 land, we're good. So we can get rid of that, that, and that. We can get rid of one of these, we can get rid of that, we can get rid of that. This can go. This can probably go. Let's keep looking first. Crypt Wailing, Eidolon, this thing. Slaughterhouse Bouncer, Zephyr Spirit. So, alright, so now what are we cutting? All of these cards are like semi-reasonable. I know you look at this and say it's a 3/3 for 6, but I mean that is, in this format, that is acceptable. This card does not have as many targets as you think it would be. That's gonna go. As you think it would have, not as you think it would be. The Rolling Spoil, however, might not make the deck. Sadly enough. It's a definite sideboard card, and it's usually main deckable, but I don't think we're going to play it right here. It's just, there's not a lot of... It's not guaranteed to be anything other than Stone Rain, and you need it to be... Right now we have a lot of playables, because we don't have enough... Well, we don't have enough bounce lands, so we're going to have to cut more than we want, and I need this to be more than Stone Rain. And so let's see. So we do probably have to cut 2 more things. I guess Basilisk and something. Frog. What is Frog good with? Little things. It's really good with that. Not good with that, I guess. Good with Surveilling Sprites. I mean, he's not like good. I mean, he's probably worth having around, right? I mean, how greedy do I want to be? I really want to play 15 lands. I have 15 land. I have 2 bounce lands, a Farseek, 2 Signets, but my mana curve is very high. I'm not sure if I need a Savage, to be honest. I think the Battering Worm, though, even though it's much more expensive, takes the place of a Gorkland Savage. I'm not like, I don't have a lot of dudes, so like I'm not guaranteed to get this guy bloodthirsted. Yeah, I've had better decks. So we need to add land. So, what do you say? Moto says 1 swamp for 2 spells. It says 2 mountains. I have the Chronarch, the Wrecking Ball, this, and this. Alright. Chancery. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Blue mana symbols. 1, 2, 3, 8. Green. Let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I think they got it right. I do have 2 Izzet Signets too. That might be enough. Yeah, I think I can cut a blue actually, just because of the Signets, and add a green. I don't want to get stuck without being able to cast Wayfinder, Oracle, or Farseek. I need that mana, yo. Alright. I mean, this deck has some powerful things going for it. Like some... These, in this format, these are what finishes the late game. Like, you finish late games with Helium Squirters, Strato Zeppelins, and Battering Worms. Early game, not so much. But, hopefully we can stay in there for a while. We've got some cards to development for, or research. We can go shuffle in Basilisk, Stomp and Howl, and this. Yeah, I've had worse.